Over the past year, Laura Ingram's show has become more and more focused on the two pillars of the modern conservative movement, that is white supremacy and whining about social media. And so I wanna show you a graphic that she put up on her show yesterday. Let's bring that up and you'll see a number of, quote, prominent voices censored on social media with quite a bit of range between them, by the way. So Brett, you'll immediately notice you have some just out and out conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones who have demonized the parents of kids who were shot in mass shootings. Milo's a defender of pedophilia, down to like Laura Loomer, who is literally only known because she complains that Twitter's not nice to her. So there's a huge range there. James Woods, a guy who was like sort of suspended.
James Woods is in my fraternity and Hassan's fraternity.
Okay, so I blame you to some extent.
We are brothers.
So to give you an idea of the range of things here, you've got Alex Jones, who's engaged in a court case for continual harassment of the parents of people who are killed in mass shootings, down to like James Woods, a guy whose Twitter account was suspended because he wouldn't take down a tweet saying that Mueller and all of his investigators should be hung. But then you've got like
hanged anyway?
Hanged, I don't know. Dan Scavino, who literally, I don't think he's been censored on social media.
He's Nazis, just a person. But you're being a grammar Nazi.
Exactly. And to Michelle Malkin, who I guess they just put her on there. Has she been banned?
Yeah, that was my biggest surprise. I was like, what's Clark Gregg? Oh no, it's Dan Scavino.
Exactly. Now, look, all of this is fun and whatever, but the issue is down in the bottom right corner. So Paul Nehlen is probably a person that I would imagine a lot of people don't know who that is, and don't know why they're a prominent voice who should be defended by Laura Ingraham. So I wanna give you an idea of who this person is that she is going out of her way to defend. So let's start with some light stuff. So here's a tweet he'd put out before he was banned from Twitter. I've compiled a list of verified Twitter users who have attacked me in just the last month alone for my America First positions. Of those 81 people, 74 are Jews, while only 7 are non-Jews, and he has a list. By the way, many of the people he says are Jewish are not Jewish.
Let me just tell you one thing about Jews we don't like: when you make lists of us.
Exactly, which is a thing that happens from time to time on Fox News.
Bad experiences.
So you've got a little bit of anti-Semitism there. We're gonna return to that shortly. Jake Tapper reminded people of one thing he had done, which by the way, so there you see he had tweeted, "Honey, does this tie make my face look pale?" Using that image of, I believe it was like a pre-Homo sapiens person in the UK in place of Meghan Markle.
Right, which is weird because isn't that what you say? Like they're all English by that account.
I have no idea, but the idea is racism. That's the idea there. Now this is a guy who had run as he wanted to be in Congress as a Republican. The official Republican Party cut ties with him because he was too racist. He was banned from Twitter and Facebook. That's the easy stuff. Once you get banned there, you go to Gab. That's the far right version of social media. They banned him for being too extreme. And to give you an idea of how extreme he is, in April, he went on a podcast where he advocated for a race war and a preemptive nuclear strike on Israel. So he wants to murder everyone in Israel, whether he had two theories. One, that we should take a whole bunch of people like the guy who shot up the Tree of Life synagogue, march 1 million of them into Israel to murder everyone, or just nuke the entire country. That's what he wants. He also says that he hopes some group of chimped out N-words attacks white senior citizens, prompting anti-government groups to launch a counterattack. He posted a photo on Gab of him photoshopped in the White House, in the Oval Office, surrounded by Orthodox Jewish skulls mounted on pikes. So this is the guy that Laura Ingraham's like, he's just a prominent conservative. Why are social media sites being mean to him?
The social media sites are acting Christly. They are defending the Israelites who are the seeds of Judeo-Christian ethos, and that is their religious right as companies to forward those Judeo-Christian ethics. Laura Ingraham is launching an all-out assault on Christianity by going after these people for living in Christ's image by blocking this hateful rhetoric.
Yes.
So Laura Ingraham hates God.
Well, clearly, she also has a very weird temperamental relationship with being opposed to anti-Semitism, because you might recall that she spent most of this year attacking Ilhan Omar for everything that Ilhan Omar has said and saying, how dare she say these anti-Semitic things. She is not the person you should be listening to. You should be listening to Paul Nehlen, a guy who wants to nuke Israel. So it's a weird sort of flip-flopping relationship with anti-Semitism where she is a fan of the guy who wore, the guy who went into the Tree of Life synagogue and murdered people. He wore a t-shirt with that guy's face on it. This is the sort of anti-Semite that she believes is just a prominent voice that social media is being mean to.
It's not censorship.
It's not censorship at all. It's trying to avoid him organizing people in a way that will get people killed. So after all of this has come out, she's been criticized for this, and she knows what she's doing by putting that guy on the list. She tweeted this: retweeting screenshots of despicable old tweets by racists and or anti-Semites must make those racists and anti-Semites very happy. Unfortunately, it does zero to elevate the debate in America. What? Unlike her show advocating for those people and calling them prominent voices, that elevates the discussion.
That's insane.
Somehow.
I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. Retweeting anti-Semitic.
I don't know what it means.
It does zero to elevate the debate in America. What debate? That's it. There is no
about whether
debate.
Nazis are good or bad, about whether Israel should be nuked or not.
Nazis
That's
bad.
the debate.
America won. Make America great again when we beat Nazis. That was great.
That was pretty great.
You guys have all the tools. You use them in the dumbest ways possible. You have religious freedom arguments, that's fine. I love religious freedom. But you use that in the dumbest way. Use religious freedom and religious ethos to advocate for equality, justice, freedoms.
Yes.
Not freedom, D-U-M-B. It's Yahweh or the Highway.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so Fox doesn't care if she does this. That's what she's there to do. It is a site where, it's a show, I should say, where you just advance the narratives of white supremacists and anti-Semites and then pretend that you care about Israel. But this is a reminder, again, I'm not 100% on this, but when people say maybe we shouldn't go on Fox News and help them raise money, they're a site of hate, this is the way that it's disseminated. By just saying, hey, like horrible genocidal anti-Semites, they're just people like you and I.
It's so
That's Fox
pathetic
News.
how much they need us.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.